Hi there, Michelle Caterson here. Episode 6 of our video log, Let's Talk About. So this week, what I'd like to really talk about is the steps that I did that moved me from feeling quite intense levels of fear and anxiety and tension and worry into feeling more feelings of freedom and love and happiness and peace. And it wasn't until this morning I was actually sitting out in the sun and I was writing in my journal. And as I was journaling, I looked at the date, and today is actually the 31st of August, being the last day of winter. And so I thought this morning what I actually wanted to do was really reflect on winter and what I've been through this winter and where I'm at now in comparison to where I was at the beginning of winter. And so I've actually just finished doing a podcast episode on this, so I don't want to go fully into the whole details of the podcast. But just so if you're watching this, you get a bit of an idea. If you want to download the podcast and listen to it, I just really share about things that, I realize now by journaling and getting coaching and reflecting, that when I was in the feelings, 3 months ago, I was in it and I couldn't get out of it and I didn't know how to get out of it. And it was actually through reading and listening and learning, and my coach actually recommended that I listen to an audiobook. I'm not a big reader of books, and so I've got very little time in my hands for laying around reading a book as much as I would love to. So I often listen to audiobooks, and one of them that made a huge impact was Brené Brown's book, The Power of Vulnerability. It really let me see deep into my own psyche. And so what I've done in this podcast is I've really just shared the top 5 things that made the most difference for me and given you some examples of where I was and what I couldn't see and that I'm only really seeing now in hindsight, and where I am now and what that feels like and what that looks like for me right now. And then I've just linked that then as well to the impact that can have on your health, because your mental health impacts hugely on your physical body, and stress. There's a study that was done that showed that over the long term, stress perceived as a negative emotion, actually to be really precise about it, is a huge factor in early death. And so, this week I go into a bit of that, into a bit of the research. I love research, I love science, so I love understanding the science behind what I've experienced myself, if you get what I mean. And I really felt that the changes that I've experienced over the last 3 months have been so significant that I really wanted to just share them with you. So I hope you get a lot out of it, as I'll put links and stuff in the comments below that will give you links to the podcast and the blog, and that has all of the sources of research that I've done, and also links to the books that I mention. Some of the ones I've read are like Search Inside Yourself by, what's his name, Chade Meng Tan, who's known as the Google guy. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer. So they're ones that I found have had some really big influences in changing the way that I perceive myself, the way that I feel in this world, and what I feel I can and can't hold on to, and what I can and can't drop, I guess. Yeah, that would be. So to round that up, I just want to say goodbye, winter. Thank you. You have been quite transformational this year. And if you want to share anything, please put some notes below. Come and join me in the Juice It community. Go onto my website and sign up and subscribe. I will be sharing podcasts and blogs and video logs every week. I'll be interviewing people as well as some really, really interesting guests coming up very soon. So watch this space. And thanks for listening.